Hello there friends, and welcome back to another beautiful day here on the island of WhoDunnit. We're in the sunset hour. I thought it would be fun for the build that we're doing today. So we're going to be doing another 1 acre build using our springtime 20 acre method list, which is right here. And we'll get to what the pick of the day is in just a minute, but let's start out with our dice roll because that's going to let us know how many cliffs we're going to have in this acre, so we can get started on that while we talk about the rest. And we've rolled a 6. That means that we're going to have 2 cliffs this time, so let's get our construction hats on and get busy. Okay, well here we go, and you guys may have noticed that once again we're starting out a little bit different than normal. We do have our acre marked off here, and there's Freya to say hello. Hello, Freya. I'm innocent, of course. I was hoping you'd come over and say hello, Avda. This day seems so short and my to-do list seems so long. Ooh, same here. Okay, so we're going to get building our cliff in just a second, but today's suggestion is another one from you guys. So thank you, Lou, for suggesting that we try out a theme with this one. He said, use a villager and try an abandoned theme, which is going to be super fun for me because I have not done that before. So this is going to be like a first try. I hope I do a good job. But yeah, so looking at the 20 acre spring list here, we have... Let's see, we'll just pick like number 7 because that's a villager home. So we're going to do a villager, and I know which villager we're going to use, so we're going to be moving that person. And then to go with the villager, I have chosen to do the letter U, the one fruit orchard. So we are going to try that today. And the villager on this island that I am going to use today is barreled. I don't know, he just kind of fits the abandoned vibe to me. Like he's just chilling, got not much going on. So yeah, we're gonna do the one fruit orchard. He's just the keeper of this failed orchard that is all run down. I don't know. We're gonna see if we can make it work here, but we gotta get somewhere for Beryl to live first. So we're gonna put him up here. Now I planted all these weeds here like 4 days ago, and I was hoping that they were going to be all grown up everywhere, but they haven't really grown, and I was skipping like 1 day at a time too because I had a bunch of trees to stunt over there, because stunted trees was another thing that Lou specifically mentioned in his suggestion. So we're gonna include plenty of those today. It's part of the reason why I picked the orchard as our build, but we'll just see how it goes. We'll see if we can pull this off. But I did throw some weeds around in the hopes that they would grow up a little bit. They have not cooperated, but we may have to move some of them as we go. And of course, we didn't know the cliff height before we started, so let's see. I think what I'm gonna do is, do we want to put an incline in here? Actually, I don't think I am gonna put an incline in. I think, okay, here's what we're gonna do. I think we're gonna put Beryl's house right in this little spot. So we're gonna take these weeds out. I just wanted to have plenty of them around, and yeah, I really thought that they were gonna be grown up a little bit. Oh well, we'll work with what we've got. Let's see here. How do we want to do this? We have to have a second cliff up here somewhere, so... I was gonna put an incline, but I think I'm gonna keep Beryl's house down on the bottom level and make the top level part of the orchard maybe, and just have a ladder going up to it. Maybe even like a secret hidden ladder, because I just had an idea. Okay, so let's see. I think we're gonna bring that out just one more space because we want to make sure that we have plenty of room for a few trees up there, or whatever it is we end up putting in. I don't know, maybe it's not going to be trees up there. Maybe the orchard is going to be all down here and there's going to be something else going on up behind Beryl's house. We'll just find out in a few minutes. This is kind of fun, just, you know, flying by the seat of our pants and making this up as we go. Okay, so we're gonna put this here, and we may add some more cliff into there later. Let me get up here and see what we can kind of do up here to get this second cliff requirement filled. Sometimes when I do these builds, like I already have a vision in my head for no matter which cliff height we get. But this one I wasn't quite ready for 2 cliffs. So, not exactly sure what I'm trying to do here. Okay, I think we're gonna go with this. This. Okay, let me do this, and then put this, and do this. Okay, I'm going to leave it like that for now, because I have half of an idea that I may or may not use. Okay, we'll see. Let's see here. Is this going to be enough room over here? Should I add 1 more row so that we can round the outside of this too? Oh, actually, you know what? We are going to add another row, but we'll put it down right on the line. We do that sometimes. We're just pretending like if this was on your actual island, it might be extending into the next acre. So we're going to just take it right a little over the edge so that we can do that curve there. Yeah, I think that'll be better. I'm gonna, oops, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't want that there. I wanted to curve this and curve that. Yeah. I think that's what I want to do. I don't know. Anyway, we need to go get Barreld's house and get that in here. So let me take care of that, and this whole thing may change after we get that done. So ha ha ha. Okay, we've got our moving in kit. So let's place this down. And I'm going to put it, what, I'm looking for a, okay. I know how this works. I am going to put it right here a little bit off the side because I have something else that I want to put on the side there. So we are going to put it right there in order to work what we want to work. And actually, I might change the corner of that just a little bit right here. Yeah, to fit in something else that I want to put there. So, let's just go ahead and grab this. Whoops, no, this. And also, down here where Barreld's house is now. Oh, whoops, that's the fairy forest. Where Barreld's house is now, he has this next to his house. So I think we're going to keep that next to his house because it seemed like it fits the vibe. So we're going to put that in over here. And keep that as a thing. Next to the house, right up against the cliff, I think. We'll just put it all the way back, and then I'm gonna put another one on this side and put it like right into this spot. Yeah, actually, do we want to put this one kind of this way maybe? And that can't go any further forward? I don't know. I think I might like it that way better. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, let's get Barreld's house in here and then we can continue. Okay, well here is Barreld's house. We have got it in place. We've got the things over here. So we're going to start filling in some of this yard and getting the orchard set up. And then we'll get into a little bit of the reason why this place is abandoned in a little bit. But I have these couple of topiaries left over from autumn that just kind of look like old dead bushes now. So I thought it would be fun to use those here. So we're going to put those in around Barreld's house here. Yeah, I think I'll put that there. And then, okay, so I got this nice dirt path situation here. So we're going to put this in front of Barreld's house. Yeah, just a nice plain old dirt path. Nothing special. I'm going to put that down here. Okay, around his little door where he comes out and stuff, and maybe, maybe kind of continue some of it a little bit this way, because we want it to come down. I want to put like a little bit of an old road on the very front, because I have an idea for that. I'm gonna have a little bit of fun with this because, like I said, I have not done any kind of abandoned build before, so this is gonna be fun for me. I think. I don't know. It's gonna test my skills here for sure. So let's see here. We're gonna just bring this kind of. I'm thinking this way. Yeah, this maybe, and then this maybe. Oh no, that's the wrong one. This one. There we go. And then I think we can just take that. Oh no, it's not going to work onto that. Okay. Right, I would have to take that out, which means we need to be in construction mode. We're going to take a little bit of this out. No, we're not, because... Yes, we are, because we're going to put this old abandoned road in here. And in order for the old abandoned road to have somewhere to be, we have to get rid of this, or it's going to lay on it funny. Actually, I probably could have just put down an extra row of this and just put the abandoned road over it, but I think we'll just try it straight on the ground, and we're going to bring it up a space. So it's going to be like the edge and the front space of the acre. Okay, so, and I'm not trying to make like the end of it or anything. We're just working on the 1 acre so we can pretend that it goes off on either side. So we're just going to, whoops, we're just going to put this down and then pick it back up. We're just going to put this down all the way across the front of the acre. Just this old road. So let's get that done. And I saw a balloon creeping up behind me too, so we're going to have to grab that in just a second. Okay, so this is the top of the road and it's coming up, so we'll have to adjust that path. Actually, we might could just leave it right like that, coming up flush with the road is probably okay, because there's going to be something else there in a minute. And this little tree is growing up, I think. I thought it had a little stunt next to it, but maybe not. Alright, I'm going to take that 1 space past. Let's just stunt this puppy so it doesn't get any bigger. I have some peaches in my pocket. Okay, we'll get the bottom of our road in. I picked one that wasn't like too wide or anything. It doesn't have a line down the middle or anything. It's just an old road. Just an old country road. This is just old country orchard. Here's our balloon. Let's go ahead and get that, I guess. Where is it? Oops. There we go. Okay, back to our road building. So yeah, I've been having fun the last few days, like customizing a bunch of things to the old rusty version and the worn out, and getting those wheat fields back out so we could use some of those in this build, I think. We'll see. We'll see how it goes, but we got this old road going by. So we're saying that this used to be like a thriving peach orchard. A thriving little business. Oh, whoops. A thriving little business for our friend Beryl once upon a time. So what we're gonna do is kind of place where the trees would have been. And there's still gonna be some peach trees hanging around here, so we're gonna put them like this far apart, and maybe one there, so skip 2 spaces, so maybe one. Is that 2 spaces? Yeah, okay. Skip 2, and maybe one there. Okay, we want to leave a little bit of room at the front for, like, you know, he would have had a little roadside stall to sell some peaches and peach type things. Oh, I left 3 spaces between that one. Oops. Let's do 2. Okay, so I have 4 peach trees in my pocket. We're gonna have 4 of these trees that are still standing normally, growing peaches and doing all their thing. Okay, so we'll put one back here. We'll put one here, because even if left wild, you know, some of these would still be doing what they need to do, right? We'll put one here. And, oh, I don't know if I like these in rows. Okay, so maybe I do. I don't know. How far do we put them apart this way? Can I put one there? Can I put one? Maybe I want that whole row moved over. Maybe I want them further apart. I guess you would have them close together in a real orchard, wouldn't you? Would you stagger them though? Would you stagger them in a real orchard? Right, we're gonna stagger them just a little bit because, I don't know. I just feel like you can see them better, you know? Okay, so we'll put the one there. Wait. So get rid of this hole. So we'll just have like over and then over and then over. Yeah, so it would have been here. And then it would have been here. Okay, so there we go. All right, that's a little better. I like that better. So where do we want the 4th peach tree? I don't want to just like zigzag them up here because then that would be like weird, right? So do we want to put like 2 across the back? We'll say that these two in this row made it through whatever's happening here. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, I like being able to like see them between each other over there. So actually there's 3 spaces between here and here, so I kind of actually want to even move this one over. So let's just, yeah, let's just center it between these other 2. Right? Yeah, okay. And Miss Tia is over here to enjoy some shade under that one peach tree there. Okay, well this is about to get interesting, Miss Tia, so you just enjoy that. And I'm actually going to leave that other one there, I think. Okay, and then we're going to need a couple of other trees. So these don't have to be peach trees because they are going to be actually like chopped down. Like, just something bad happened to him and he had to chop them down. I don't know. Blight. What do trees get that you have to chop them down? They just didn't make it through the winter. Something. Woodpeckers. I don't know. Alright, so that one, and let's see. I think we'll do this one as also a stump. So where's that other tree I had? Yeah, plant that. Okay, and then we're gonna chop that down. Okay, and then, let's see, where this other tree used to be. We're going to have, let's see, do I have them in my pocket? No, I do not. All right, we're going to dig up this. I think we're going to have just a hole there, like where the tree used to be. We're just going to bury this fossil there. And then have, like, next to it. Let's see, I got the large young hardwood. Let me get one of these mediums. And then I'm actually going to take this little guy too. Okay, so that tree got taken out, but a new one, you know, like from a fallen peach started growing. So he had to chop that one down too. Okay, so that one didn't get very big. It's got a smaller stump. This is my story and I'm sticking to it, okay? Let's see, so then we can put like, I'm gonna put this little nursery one here, and then I'm gonna actually grab one of these and have this here as well as one that got chopped down. So let's put that there. Like, they just keep growing in, and what? No place. Oh, because it's not gonna let me plant it that close to that one. To the stump? Interesting. Okay. Well, we'll have to put it over here then. We'll just put it on our line. That's fine. We could do that. And then we're gonna chop that one too. So yeah, these trees have been growing all over, and he's just had to keep chopping them down as they're coming in. So I think that makes sense. I don't really know. We're gonna have probably, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and grab a couple of these other little nursery ones to put in there too. Oops. And we're gonna have a couple like this as well, because, you know, after a while he just didn't care anymore, and he stopped chopping them down too. So we're gonna put in a few that are starting to grow up a little bit, and you know trees take time to grow. So we'll put one here, just one of these small ones, and then I want to put, let's see, we'll put the little sprout right here. And then I'll put another little sprout. I don't know, it's got to be like close to the stump, so let's put it right here. Because I feel it would have grown from fallen peaches, you know. Speaking of fallen peaches, we totally need some fallen peaches. Let me go grab some from notes. Wait. So, you know, like every time I think that I have prepared for one of these builds, I haven't. I just haven't. Okay, so let's put down a little bit of pathing here and see if we can get some of this down before we put down the little peach here. I kind of want to run it back this way and put this here, and then we can put this here. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, and then what's right in front of me needs to be this one, and then we need this one and this one. There we go. Okay, so a little bit of dirt in here, and then we're just gonna drop a peach on the ground, because some of them are falling off the trees and onto the ground, and that's cool. Or is it? Okay, so also got this cool little grass tuft that we're gonna use in some of our places as well. But I just want to add like a little bit of dirt here and there. Like there used to be kind of a path through here, and it just hasn't been maintained. I'm gonna put this and then this. So yeah, it's gotten a little ragged on the edges. What are you doing back there, Tia? Oh, whoops. That went in the wrong place. And I think we can probably get away with putting just kind of a not actually finished piece of path here, because it's going to be behind something. So you won't really see it. Okay, so that's, I think, a pretty good start. Okay, so we have this spot that would have been a tree too. What can we put there? Do we want to put another tree piece there? We got another like half grown in thing over here. Let's see. We might have to plant some more weeds around here too. What do I want to put right there? What do I want to put right there? Oh, you know what? I think I have a decayed tree in here somewhere. Can we put a decayed tree in there? Would that be too much? Let's see what it looks like. Found it. Decayed tree. So let's put this one And I'm gonna move these 2 weeds. So see, I put down the weeds in the first place. They didn't do what I wanted, so some of them, they're just getting moved. Okay, so yeah, we'll just put one here that totally didn't make it and never even got chopped down or anything. So, okay, I think we've got it pretty good here as far as, what's happening with the trees. And a little bit of path in here. So let's finish this path part up here. So I want to put in, let's see, this, and I want to put in this, and then fill this in. Okay, there we go. And then what we have for right there is this old little, we're gonna say it used to be a bus stop. Like the bus used to stop here. Barreld's peaches were so famous that the bus used to stop here. So that people could buy his peaches. So we're gonna put that like maybe a little bit further back from the road, have that there, and then a nice little sign here, which I think I have in my pocket. Plain wooden shop sign. I got the most faded looking one I could find. So this is a little peach sign that is advertising. Oh, you know what, maybe we should put our little tuffet under that to give it some character there. Place. Oh. Why did it go way over there? Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, there we go. So yeah, the old peaches sign is still up, and then he would have had some place for people to buy the peaches. So we have actually a stall over here. And I got an old wood pattern, so we're gonna put this stall in. And then I think once we get all like the pieces in here, then we can start filling in some of like the vegetation and overgrowth and all of those things. So let's actually move this over a little bit and forward a little bit, I think. Yeah, there we go. So they get off the bus, they could catch the bus again, they could buy the peaches. The peach sign is here, which maybe it actually... Is that too in the way? You know what? I'm leaving it. I'm leaving it. I feel like it needs to be a little crowded and weird in here. Okay, so what else do we have in our pocket that we are using today? Oh, I got a windmill. Yes, and I got it all rusty. So we're going to put a windmill in here because, I don't know. Do you have windmills in an orchard? Maybe it's just something. But we're putting it in because it looks cool. And I'm going to push it back just a little bit so I can put a little bit of path in here. I don't want to fill up too much of the ground with path because I feel like we're going to want to put in like a lot of weeds and things like that. So I don't want to put in too much path anywhere. So we can get that all filled in with overgrowth and stuff. Okay, so are we gonna have anything sitting on that stall? I don't know. We might. At some point, we might. Let's see. We need to drop some more peaches back here, though. Let's drop one there. Like they're falling off the trees. Oh no, I dropped all 10. Oopsie. I forgot. We have to grab one. No, don't eat one. Okay, now we're gonna have to dig up another tree. Alright, we'll just drop a few more around here. There's one. I want to drop one over here. And maybe one in front of this tree. What did we get in our balloon, by the way? Ooh, 10,000 bells. Nice. Okay, so, ooh, I grabbed these Sahara tickets out of the storage as well because I thought it would be fun to, like, drop one of these on the ground. Like, maybe somebody just dropped their old ticket and it's still just laying there at the bus station. I don't know. It seemed fun to me when I was looking through the storage to find stuff to put in here. So, oh yeah, garden gnome. We can definitely put in a garden gnome. I don't even know like what else we have in here. We should probably definitely have some mushrooms growing around through here. We're gonna have some rusty old cans laying around. We've got a boot. We've got some tires. I don't know. I also went and specifically got the recipe for the barbed wire fencing, but I was actually thinking we might try this block fencing first. This old concrete fencing might be fun for an old place. Let's just see what it looks like. What? Whoa. Where are you going with that? Okay, so we put a little concrete back here. Does that look... maybe that's not the look that we're going for. It looks too new and fresh, doesn't it? Alright, I think we're gonna have to use the barbed wire. Which, you know, it's like a rule that all fencing magically turns to barbed wire when it gets abandoned. I think that's totally true. So we're gonna put that away and drop this. Yes. Okay, so we'll grab this barbed wire fence and we'll start putting some of that in around here and there also. So maybe we'll go ahead and... I only have 10 pieces of it and I'm not making any more, so this is what we're gonna use. So we'll put a couple pieces back here because we don't want to block it up too much in here either. Maybe we'll put one there. Like so. That doesn't look right. That looks weird. But I think it was just a little too close to that stump. So I'm going to put it right there. I'm going to put one... I don't know. I'll just put one right there. And maybe a couple on the edge here. There we go. That's not all 10 pieces, but we might put a little bit in over here too. Just put some there and... oh, that's it. Okay, well that is it. That's it. Alright, let's put... I made this wooden ladder, so we're going to set that up on the cliff, and that's how Beryl gets up there. So we're going to worry about up there in a little bit, because we're still working on down here. So we've got the abandoned ticket at the abandoned bus station. Let me see what else we have already in our pocket, because there were certain things that I wanted to just like use, and this retro TV was one of them, because I feel like over the years maybe Beryl has like set some junk outside and got some stuff built up over here. So we're gonna put this old retro TV over here. It's just like maybe it stopped working and he just threw it outside and never did anything with it. So we have another storefront if we need it, and I might put that up top somewhere. We got a wooden stool here. We'll just throw that down. I have no idea what it looks like at this point. I may have customized it for something else. It's green. You know what? That works. We'll just leave it green. That seems like it would have fit in with a peach situation. Alright, we'll put a little wheat field here. Maybe a bit of overgrowth over there. So we have tons of wheat fields that we can use anywhere. Oh, the hand washing area. Yeah, I wanted to put that in here too. You know what? I think I'm going to take this out, and put the hand washing area right here. Because if people were out here picking peaches and stuff, you know, they would have needed a place to wash their hands. So I thought that would be something fun to throw in there. And so maybe we can just put that topiary like here on the corner of the house. That works. Like they used to be nice bushes at one point. We do want to keep it so we can kind of run back around through here. So using the wheat fields and stuff I think is going to be a good idea. And the dropped cans, like obviously there's going to be some stuff laying around. And I want to get the little grass tuffet here for a second and just put a few of those around here and there, so that we don't start dropping too much stuff. And some of like the wheat fields and stuff can go on top of those, so it's not bad to have just some of them around to kind of give the ground, you know, some more look. We're giving it some more look. get a few of those. Oops. I want one. No, not right there. Right there. There we go. And then we'll put one over here near the ladder. At the base of the ladder. Where'd our ladder go? There we go. Okay, yeah, I think that's good. And this is gonna have to, yeah, it's gonna be a squeeze through there kind of place. I feel like I had something else in my pocket that was gonna go with that. Oh yeah, tangled cords. We're gonna put the tangled cords on there. These are left over from our WhoDunnit mystery, so it was the tangled cords. But yeah, you know, if he unplugged that TV and put it out here, it probably had some cords that came with it. We've got a hose reel. Scrapbook is something I just bought in the store. We can put the little garden gnome here like it was, you know, part of the decor at one time. I'm gonna take this weed out. Put the little garden gnome over here. I think this one is a good color for our abandoned build. He's got a blue hat, but he's pretty brown and faded looking, I think. Okay, so let's put a few of these mushrooms around, and we're not going to eat any of them this time. Like, you know, maybe it's been a little rainy recently and some mushrooms have started growing in here and there. Where shall we put one? Why is it so hard to choose? Like, where to put a mushroom? Now I want to move this can over. Can we... Oh, so move this can over a little bit. Oh, nope, it went in the same spot. It must be destined to go there, so we'll just leave it. We'll just leave it. We'll have a mushroom. Can we... Oh, yeah, we can have a mushroom growing right here. For a second there, I was like, can we drop that on the fake path? But, you know, it's like city folk that you can't do that. You can't put things down on the path in city folk. Let's see. Drop, and we'll put one... Back here by the water thing, I think, is a good place for one, because if it's leaking or something, there would definitely be some mushrooms popping up around that moisture. And then we'll put one back here by the stump, I think. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's see what else we already have in our pocket. Is there anything else that we need to use right here? Oh, okay, the magazines, they have a story, but we'll get there. Okay, actually here, this was my idea. So I'm gonna move this because I thought it would be fun to kind of have this hidden. So we're gonna put this here, but then I want to put this item in front of it. So it kind of maybe can look like we're climbing this stepladder instead to get up. Can we pretend that? Can we fake it? We're gonna put this over here and just pretend that we're climbing the stepladder to get up there. Fake news. Alright. I put a little tuffet back here too. Oh, that's not where I thought that was gonna go. We're just gonna have two right next to each other. Okay, there we go. Ladder. Our fake news ladder. Okay, let's see. What else can we throw in here? We've got some more wheat fields. So let's get that in here. And we have to give Barreled like a little place to sit out here too. And there's going to be a reason for that. So we'll get to that. But let's throw a few of these wheat fields in here just to start getting some of this filled in. Okay, there's another wheat field. And I'm gonna stick a barrel back here because I don't know what... You would have a barrel out here somewhere, wouldn't you? That's not where I wanted it to go. Oh no, I'm picking weeds. Okay. I wanted it to go like right in this spot. Is it gonna do that for me? It's not gonna do that for me. I'm gonna have to move it where I can't see. Oh my goodness. It's because of the fence. No! Alright. Over one space. Thank you very much. Because maybe one of the things, you know, like Some kind of peach juice is what was going on here. And we have some old bottles here. Oh, you know what? We should customize these so they have the little peaches label on them. Hold on. Now we're in business. We can't really put anything out here like, you know, peach pie or something because it's not like Barreled was making peach pie yesterday or anything. This is, he hasn't been messing with this stuff for a while. Actually, I guess we're gonna have to do it from the front. Well, I didn't want it to go in the center. Goodness, I can't get anything to go where I want it today. Okay. Can we move this over a little bit? Yes, we can. Put it on this end. Thank you. Okay. Alright, so since we moved the ladder and we have it around the back now. Wait. So let's put... Where'd it go? Yeah, we have this garbage can that we can put over here. So this was actually like a garbage spot for a while, and then he just started throwing all the stuff that didn't work out here. So we actually have here an old vacuum cleaner too that's gonna join the pile of broken appliances that are just out here in the yard now, just abandoned. We're gonna need some more wheat fields. Let me grab those. Wow, like I didn't realize we actually had so many wheat fields in the lake build, but we have quite a few here. So let's see, where can we put one? Like here maybe? Yeah, well, that's not exactly where I wanted it, but nothing's going exactly where I want it today, so we're just gonna work with it. Okay, so let's try putting one here, see if we can get this where we want it. Yeah, there we go. Sticking out just a little bit. I want to put one kind of in front of these if I can. Whoops, that's a wooden box. Just a teeny bit further over. Kind of in between. So you can see them, but you can't see them. Alright, and then we'll put one here too. Yeah. Oh, and then it's in line with that one. We can't have that. Okay, there we go. That's better. Alright, and then we might have an old box of stuff sitting out here. This wooden box. Just stuff sitting out here. Do I have a label on this one? No. Okay, I need to pick up this weed so I can pull this out just a little bit. There we go. Okay, what else? What else? Can we have like a... wheat field just right here, just right there in the front, and then another one maybe here. Do they look too weird just spread out like this? I hope not. Okay, so a little bit there, and then we've got maybe some, whoop, we're gonna have to be going around some long ways on this stuff. Maybe some stuff that was part of the garden at some point, or some old peach tree fertilizer that's just laying around still. We've got, let's see, let's drop another can over here. And we can put another tire over here in this trash area. Stuff's just starting to pile up. Oh, whoa. Whoa, why did that go like way over there? What? Okay. That's not exactly where I wanted it, but like I said, nothing's going exactly where I want it today. Let me try it one more time. Can we get it to go right here? Kind of. That works. That works better than what it was. Okay. So I actually have one more tree in my pocket. Can we put this one like right there? Yeah, let's do that. And then we're gonna have another little nursery guy here to keep that in check and be grown up around there. Okay, so we need a place for Beryl to kind of sit and hang out. And I think we're gonna make it up on the cliff there. Cause he just can't bear to be down here in this old abandoned orchard anymore. Do we have another wheat field? We have another barrel. I'll put that right here. Because, you know, over time, stuff's just gotten put around. That didn't... This stuff is not going where I want it. I think this is probably in the way. And I'm trying to kind of, like, soften some of these sharp edges of the wheat fields with some of this stuff too, if we can, a little bit. So that barrel kind of helps with that just a little bit. I hear another balloon. Okay, so are we looking pretty good so far? We're looking... I think we are. Let's put a little stone in right here, maybe. Yeah, just have a little stone over there. Okay, here's a few more fun things. We got some stuff for our road. So I do have a manhole cover that I made that looks kind of rusty. So we're going to put that in the road. I don't know that we can get it in the center of the road because I think it just goes on a full acre when you drop stuff like that. Not a full acre, a full tile and not a halfway. You can let me know if I'm wrong about that, but we're gonna put that. I think it being offset kind of adds to the feel there. So the other thing that I got, which I never got to use before, is a mini car. And it's just because I don't do the kind of builds that this kind of stuff uses. So we just have a little old broken down car on the road over here that just somebody just left behind because the rest of this place was abandoned. Why not abandon your car here too? So they were on their way out of here and they just didn't make it. So we're gonna put that in. I've got some log sticks. Oh yeah, the destination signpost. That can go in here like near the bus station. And I think oops. Oh, this thing is always bigger than I think it is. I think I made it look old, if I recall correctly. Yeah, it's super faded. Looking old. Okay, so that's that, telling you which way the road goes to where. And what else do we have? Oh, more wheat fields, yay. Okay, 10 buckets. Where can we put a 10 bucket? We'll put one like over here. Kind of near the water thing. Oh, it's not near enough. Okay, can it go back here? I think maybe this is a better spot. Okay, and then we're just gonna have some like leftover project things sitting around, like maybe, you know, maybe Beryl had thoughts of fixing up this stall at one point. So he's got his paints and stains here for the wood, so he kind of abandoned that project over there. Okay, so I do have a fence that I think we're gonna put back here. Because this is just another thing that, like, I never got to use before. And look at Lobo over here reading a book. So we're just going to put that there? I don't know. Is that a good spot for it? Maybe, you know what? I think we'll end up putting this up here. All right, let's get up here and mess around with this for a little while because we've got some stuff. So let me put down a little bit of path here. Okay, so there's a little bit of that. Let's get this little tuft back out. This tuffet. Put a few little tuffets in up here. I don't want it right there. I want it on the edge. And then I want one there. And then I want one here. And maybe I want one over here. And around here at the top of the ladder. Yeah, I think... Well, actually, I think we're going to take this one out because I think I do want to build this up just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Okay, so here's what happened. Here's what's happened. As things started to go south and customers started waning, Beryl, you know, had a lot of free time on his hands. He didn't have the customers coming in. He was taking care of the peaches like a good little bear, but, you know, he just had a lot of time, and he started getting these magazines and watching some shows on TV about some aliens, and he just got some stuff in his head, and he started worrying a lot about the aliens of it all. How big does this thing have to be? Are we gonna have room for this? Oh no. So we're gonna put in this old parabolic antenna up here, and I hope this is gonna fit. Okay, so yeah, he had this installed after a while. He started getting a little paranoid, right? So Berold is just, he's worried. He's worried about the aliens. He just spends his time up here now, watching the skies. And listening. Okay, so he's got his little chair up here. He just comes up here next to the antenna. Actually, I'm gonna keep that. Oh my gosh, this is a terrible story. Poor Berold. Okay, but yeah, he started reading about the aliens, and the more he started reading about them, the more he worried about them, and he just is sure that they're coming. So I'm stuck. I can't get out of here. We're gonna have to move this for a second. I think we're gonna have to build our wall out a little bit down here. Okay, so we're going outside of our acre now, but you know what? We got to. Oh no, we're not going outside our acre. We're just gonna fill this in a little bit so that we have a little more room for our satellite dish. So yeah, we're just going right up to the edge. That's all. No big deal. I'm gonna leave that corner a little squared, but I'm gonna take out this. No, I'm not. We can't do that. Okay, I think we can round this though. I think that'll be okay. So yeah, after a while, he just is getting, you know, super paranoid, and he had this antenna installed so he could listen to the space. And so he's got his little radio there that's receiving the signals from the antenna. Or, you know, music, whatever. He picks up a lot of things from space. But I thought it would be fun to kind of throw this, let's see, antenna in here and just, you know, his hobby, his pastime, his interest has kind of just taken hold of him here, and he's thinking that they're out there. And he wants to be aware if they're coming. So yeah, that's what he's doing here. So let's put this little vintage stool. So he just comes up here and reads his alien magazines, which we have. See the little UFO in the magazine there. So he reads his little alien magazines, and he listens to the antenna there. And do we have another? Oh yeah, here we go. So he's got all kinds of supplies and things up here. We can't get that any closer to the thing. So we've got another another magazine. It's got the aliens, and let's see, where's the model kits? Yeah, we just got like some stuff. Trains. Is there one of these that's aliens? I think it is, but I think I would have to take it to Cyrus to get it. Oh no. Okay. So yeah, I had to run over to Harv's Island for a minute to get this changed because I had it on the trains before I came up with Berold's alien story here. So he's just got these little model kits, or they can be, you know, I don't know, puzzles or boxes of whatever, space related stuff that he is just working on up here to support his theory. And we have this little box full of random stuff. Oh, well, maybe you can't see that now. Let's see. Can we see that that's a space thing? Yeah, there we go. Okay. And box full of random stuff. Should that go right there? Yeah, he makes his own charts and graphs and theory things about what's happening up in space there. I'm actually going to push that back. And now you can't see. Okay, so I think maybe we need to switch. We need to switch this. No! Oh my goodness, I'm doing all the wrong things. So I don't know if I think I do have a telescope on this island, so we're going to try to find that telescope. And I'm going to have to pick this up too, aren't I? This is a tight little space in here. So if we put the stool on this side, then you'll be able to see those space things a little bit better. Yeah, there's his little magazine, and then we'll put the wooden box over here with the radio on it. Yeah, so this is really like he's got to work to get back here. But you can walk straight back there, so... I mean, not that Beryl's going to be getting up here anyway, because the the villagers don't climb the ladders. But do they just appear on the cliff sometimes? I don't know. He might end up here. Let's just turn this thing on, because it's got to be scanning the skies. He's scanning the skies, because he's sure the aliens are coming. So we're going to turn that on. And then I think we need to see if we have a telescope for the very top section up there. And then maybe we have a few more wheat fields in our pocket, so we're going to try to place those around because we can walk through those. Yeah, here we go. So we did have a telescope. Super awesome. So we might have to actually make another ladder that climbs up here so that we can, let's see, let's do it from right here and get some dirt down on the ground. Like somebody's been up here standing for hours at this telescope, just scanning the skies. This hobby turned unhealthy obsession is what's going on here. So we'll put this telescope down. And poor Beryl, just trying to fill his time, that's all. Put one of these grass tufts up here, and you know what, I'm gonna put one of these wheat fields up here too. Yeah, I don't know, does that look weird? You know what, maybe we'll just put, I keep forgetting that we have like a bunch of weeds in our pocket now, so let's just, oh, not drop them. Let's plant some weeds up here. Yeah, there we go. Those will grow up a little bit. Okay, we're going to plant some weeds down below here too then. Just get some of this overgrown, because I didn't plant any on the top layer when we put it up here. And I thought that the bottom layer would be grown up a little bit, but turns out not so much. Alright, can we get any weeds in here? Whoops, that's a wheat field. No place to plant things in this area. Can we put one right here? No. Weird. What about back here? We can't get back there. Okay. Well, I'll put one right here maybe. There we go. Okay, so yeah, a little bit of stuff growing up here, and maybe we can put that fence like kind of behind the cliff over here so that it's like on this side of the... Yeah, just kind of there, I think. It's behind the... and I'm gonna put a wheat field here. Might as well use all the wheat fields since we have them. And maybe another one even like right here. Okay, and then just some other like random stuff that we have to put around, like this piece of amber. Just kind of peeking out from the stuff there. Okay, so how am I doing with the abandoned? Did I hit it? Did I not? Let me know how I did. Okay, so what other things do we have over here? I have like some partitions. I have this oil barrel. I did make a butterfly model. We have this little pot, but I don't know like how much stuff we actually need to kind of put around everywhere. Can we put a lawnmower in the back? We've got a boot. Maybe somebody lost a boot back here. Let's just drop this boot somewhere. Like right here. Yeah. Just lost boot. Poor little lost boot. And then, I don't know. I accidentally picked this hyacinth. Oh, actually that reminds me though. I have in my pocket these cosmos, so we were gonna plant a couple of these around to have just like some other kind of looking plants growing around and not just the weeds maybe. So these will help give a little bit of, oh wow, we've really taken up our space here. These will help give a little bit of depth where the weeds didn't grow up for us. So we'll plant a couple of those there, and we'll plant one here, and just plant a few of these around for something a little different. And that'll be something else that we can walk through over here, which is helpful. Because there's a lot of stuff, but there's not a lot of stuff in the way, you know what I'm saying? Let's see, we'll do one here, and then we have one more, might as well use all of them. Just put one right in the front here. And then we'll go ahead and fill some more of this in with the weeds. Yeah, I don't know if there's like something else we should put up here. We do have a space there. Let's see, what is this? I got a shovel. I got, what is this? White hyacinth bag, okay. Butterfly models, I don't really think we would have out here. We could put another barrel in there. Do we want another barrel in there? Does that make sense right there? No, and then it's gonna hide our little tree sapling thing. So I don't want to put anything too big in there. I picked up a lot of different things. Let's put these decorative bottles in there. Yeah, let me stick those in there, and then maybe put these, oops, these, where'd they go? Log stakes. Pull that back a little bit. Yeah, I think this looks pretty good, but I do actually want to bury a couple more of these fossils over here, because I kind of like the dig holes over there too. Whew, sorry, got interrupted for a second there. Okay. Alrighty, I grabbed those fossils. Let's see here. Where can we, like, bury another one? There. I just think that the holes kind of add to the feel over here. I don't know. Seems like it to me. I thought about actually burying some pitfalls over here instead, because that also seemed appropriate somehow, but I was sure that if I did that, I would be falling in them every 5 minutes, so we did not do that. Alright guys, well I think we're gonna call it done right there. So we have our little abandoned one fruit orchard with a villager, which is Barreled, who has his little stargazing spot up here to check out those aliens that he's sure are coming after all the time he had on his hands once things went south here. But the stars are starting to come out, so we'll leave this to Barreled. But thank you guys so much for joining me today for what I hope was a fun build for you. My first time doing, well, I can't get on here. There we go. My first time doing an abandoned theme, so you can let me know how I did. Also, do let me know if you saw something on the list that you would like to see me try in another episode, or if there's a theme that you would like to see me try instead of choosing items off the list, because we can do it either way. But I hope you enjoyed today. I sure did. And I appreciate you so much for hanging out with me once again here while we fill up an acre with something. And I'll see you in the next one. Have a beautiful day.